Hey, what's up, fellow gamers? It's BC from A7 Video, and I'm sure by now most of you that watch this channel and that are content creators have heard about all the gloom and doom about the looming YouTube policy changes regarding multi-channel networks that many of you are on, and how it's supposed to basically put an end to the smaller channel content creators' ability, and maybe even some of the mid-level channels, their ability to deliver content and to monetize that work. Now, let me preface with a few administrative notes before we jump into the topic. One, I will have a link to the article that I read that sums this up. Two, I have not officially heard from my network specifically. I've reached out to them for more information. I will post that either in the comments, or I'll post it in the comments and in the video description once I hear from them. So some of you may have some more up-to-date information because you've heard from your networks. If that's the case, please drop us a line here. And thirdly, and as always, I will have links to the how to monetize gaming content legally that I put in the video description of every one of the videos that we create here. Now, while all the details are being finalized and our multi-channel networks are sifting through exactly what these policy changes mean, let's look at a few positive notes. And actually, before we jump into the positive notes, let's talk about what we do know as of today, or basically what's being speculated. Basically, those of us on a multi-channel network will be binned into two categories, either a managed channel or an affiliate. The affiliates tag is what has everyone concerned, as it sounds as if you go into that category, it won't be any better than when you were just a YouTube partner before an MCN actually picked you up. And many of you can remember the nightmares from those days where, you know, you had long wait times for YouTube to approve monetization on some videos, or some videos were being outright rejected from monetization, even if you had permission from a copyright owner. And in my case, I actually had a video get rejected from monetization that the copyright owner themselves, the creator of the game, actually asked me to make the video, and I couldn't convince YouTube's algorithms of that. And almost no protection from erroneous ID matches or copyright claims. So that pretty much sums up why many of us joined a multi-channel network in the first place. They gave us the ability to usually immediately monetize our work as long as it was legit and legal, without the hassle and with some moderate protection in some cases, and especially depending on what network you are a part of. But before we begin thinking that this policy change is the YouTube content creator apocalypse, let's take comfort in a few positive issues. Number one, we've seen nothing in writing, at least I have, and again, if you have, please post it. We've seen nothing in writing that confirms any of the negative speculation at this point. I think it's safe to assume that changes are coming, that this whole managed channel versus affiliate is probably a thing, but exactly what that means has not been spelled out by any of the channels that I watch that are large, and it hasn't been officially deemed, especially by my network. They've been silent about it. But the bottom line is that even though this speculation and all the negativity could turn out to be right now we do not know for sure. We don't have anything in writing. So until we get that, let's just stay cool for now. Let's hope that some of what we've heard on the negative side isn't true, and that, you know, the other things that may be true won't be as bad as many people are thinking they are. Number two, if we don't make money, YouTube doesn't make money. And I know that doesn't really make a lot of sense for the smaller channels when you think about it in the aggregate. So let's say you're a smaller channel that makes enough money to, let's say, pay your, let's say you have a website and you make enough money every month to pay that website bill. Well, there's probably hundreds of thousands of people just like you that are making that little bit of money a month, and that adds up in the aggregate. So if YouTube doesn't make money, or if we don't make money, YouTube doesn't make money. So in the long run, YouTube is going to have to determine their point of diminishing returns. Even if we did go back to those old days of when we were just partnered with YouTube before we got picked up by our respective networks, it wasn't impossible to make money. Plus, the fears surrounding being demoted, quote unquote, to an affiliate, then causing us to no longer be able to make a career of making YouTube videos, is not really grounded in anything factual. The current belief is that the managed channels will be fairly large, whereas affiliates will be small to mid-sized channels, which is strange because people like Angry Joe have come out and said, I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, but I've heard it from a couple sources, and even I believe from him, because I follow him on Twitter, where he has been told that he's going to be an affiliate. So I think we can rest assured that the affiliate and managed channels thing is a thing, that's not a rumor. But the whole concept that I'm hearing people get worried about, you know, I'm not going to be able to make a career out of this. First of all, not a lot of people can make a career out of this. So if that's the only basket you got some eggs in, you may want to reconsider getting a few other baskets. But with that said, if the larger channels are the ones that get picked up to be managed versus being an affiliate, and I know the Angry Joe example kind of refutes that to a slight degree, you were going to have to grow your channel anyway to make it profitable enough to pay your bills. You were going to have to become a large channel, whether it's a large subscriber base that supports you frequently, or you have a lot of interaction at the right time, the right season, part of the year, in order for the money that you're making to be maximized to get you the most money possible. So this whole concept of being an affiliate is going to kill your ability to make this a serious career move is not really accurate, because if the whole concept of becoming managed, which makes it easier for you, is getting bigger, then you're going to have to get bigger. And your plans were really to get bigger from the jump anyway, right? So yeah, I wouldn't worry so much about that. If you're a smaller channel right now, don't worry about making the money, because what you're going to make is probably chump change. Worry about growing your channel and making dope content first and foremost. So number 3, enough babbling about that. And this is probably the most important point of this entire video. Many copyright owners welcome, explicitly permit, and even go as far as to seek out YouTube content creators to create content using their copyrighted works. I have made several videos showing people how to monetize videos legally without being partnered with a network. If you are a subscriber of this channel, there's a good chance that that's how you subscribe to this channel, as you saw the videos I made about, look, you can do this legally and here's how you do it. We made those roadmaps here. Further, this gaming generation is poised to see an explosion of indie developers making pretty high quality games. I'm playing Starbound as we speak, and it is pretty outstanding, at least in the short term. And indie developers are known for granting us permission to monetize our videos in writing. Starbound's creator, Chucklefish, actually has it on their website. On top of that, even some big publishers are going as far as to create mailing lists with YouTube content creators on them, and I'm actually part of one. And they use these lists to keep us informed about new game releases, but more importantly, to give us review codes. There are publishers out there, not just indies, but these big companies that want us to make video content because it's free publicity for them. They have gone as far as to say, yes, we explicitly give you permission to make content using our content and to monetize it. CD Projekt Red is another example. The Witcher 3 is coming out. I'm looking forward to playing that and making video content about it. You know, and in the event, if we become affiliates and it becomes a little bit more difficult, it's ultimately not going to stop us, because we'll have that permission in writing. Yes, maybe it'll get a little bit more difficult and we'll have to deal with YouTube the way we used to have to, which will kind of defeat the purpose of being on a multi-channel network, but that's for another video. But the fact of the matter is, I don't think it's the end of the world. I think we still have a chance to see this not be as gloom and doom as as some people are thinking it is. And more importantly, I think it has room to evolve as more publishers get on board, and as sharing content and, you know, a lot of trending information out in different markets is showing that video content is becoming the preferred method to receive information with the younger generation. I would not break out, you know, the torches and pitchforks just yet. So it would seem that many publishers are on board with us getting paid for our hard work. And that's really what it boils down to. And not just publishers. I know I use that term generically. In some cases, it's a publisher that owns a copyright. In some cases, it's a developer. Don't get caught up on that. The bottom line, when I'm saying publisher, what I mean is copyright owner. And many of them are on board with us being paid for our work. And as I said, I'll have a link to the list of known publishers that I've reached out to, and many other people who have come to our channel have reached out to get written permission that allow us to monetize the work that we make. So I say all this to say, once again, don't pick up your torches and pitchforks just yet. We may yet weather this storm. So that's going to do it, ladies and gentlemen. I do hope that we do come out of this in a positive way. I do hope that a lot of the gloom and doom, you know, does not come true. But at the same time, do the things you guys need to do, you guys and gals need to do to protect, diversify, and ultimately keep your channels relevant. And with that, as always, allow me to tell all of you peace and Godspeed. We'll see you back here on the next Alloy 7 video.
7.